Marvin Brangman, a temporary committee tasked with the urgent reassessment of the endurance riding has been set up by the International Equestrian Federation. Do you think they're heading in the right direction to make sure what happened at the World Equestrian Games never happens again?
I think that it's good. Obviously, they had to take some kind of action, because of the results at the World Equestrian Games. So personally, I'm happy that something is happening, that there is an attempt to rectify the situation as opposed to, not having anything done. For the last month, I've been wondering, I haven't heard anything. I was wondering if anything was ever going to happen. People have been asking me. And then all of a sudden, we get news that, they have formed a temporary committee. And so I think that's great news because there is an attempt to rectify the situation, like I said, and to perhaps make it better for the future.
Now, there has been some suspensions and some resignations amongst the people who are at the World Equestrian Games. Do you think them resigning or being let go before an investigation is done is the right thing because you want to make sure that the people are held accountable?
As far as that's concerned, I don't know exactly why the different people quit, why they resigned or I don't understand the particulars, but I do know that if these people are the ones that are responsible, then of course they should be held responsible. And then during this investigation, perhaps they will find out, and get really to the nitty-gritty and find out what did happen. There have been rumors that there has been a cover-up, that there's all sorts of different things going on, but that always happens. You get rumors in any situation. People will talk. But so we don't know. So my hope is that this investigation will reveal the truth, and because we don't want to continue going on. There's a lot of expense being made and a lot of time and effort, and so I think that the committee has a responsibility to fix it for us, for the competitors and for the horses, because it'll be unfair to continue in the way how it is. So I don't know who to blame. I don't know who to point, because my focus is always on my riding and stuff, and I really don't even know any of the people. I don't understand what happened in its entirety. But I hope that my hope is that the committee will find out what went wrong so that it could be fixed for the future.
You, amongst other riders, invested a lot of time, energy, and money into preparing for the World Equestrian Games. What has been the talk amongst the endurance riders about the situation?
In the endurance riders, we wanted a championship. We wanted a world championship. We wanted them to reschedule a world championship. There were rumors of the Sheikh flying everyone to Europe at some point in sponsoring and all expenses paid trip. Some people are comfortable with that. Some people aren't. And I don't think that at this point it doesn't look like there's going to be one. Maybe it will. I mean, with this committee going through all of this, maybe they will be able to have a world championship, because the next one is scheduled for 2 years in Italy. So hopefully they'll be able to do one before that. And if not, most of us, unfortunately, may have to just take it as a loss. I mean, there's really nothing we could do at this point. But however, looking on the bright side, this committee may come up with something. Who knows? I don't know what kind of ideas they may have. But as an endurance competitor, it's totally discouraging from everything that happened. But, this is endurance. We have to tough it up, and we have to put our best foot forward and look forward to the future. And with this committee, this temporary committee doing this, I'm hopeful.
What's next for you?
My goal at this point is strive to achieve elite status. That basically means that I need 10 100-mile rides under my belt. Being an elite rider would put me in a position to ride any qualified horse anywhere in the world. So, for example, Peru is coming up next September. It's the Pan Am Games. And so if I get 10 100-mile rides under my belt, I wouldn't have to fly a horse halfway around the world. I could just lease a horse in that particular country, wherever I may ride. It's pretty difficult to achieve 10 100 miles in one season, so that may take me a couple of years or year and a half or so. But that's my goal, is to become an elite rider. Now, also, we've got the Pan Am Games next year, and then the following year we have the World Endurance Championships, and that's in Italy in 2020, and they do that on the Olympic year because endurance isn't recognized as an Olympic sport just yet. And so those are my goals. So in the meantime, I will continue doing the rides here in the Southeast, traveling from the different states in the Southeast, doing rides, just keeping my endurance muscles going and keeping riding and continuing on. As far as riding FEI, the first scheduled ride is in November, but Godiva Chocolate is having rest now. She's had a busy year, and we're going to start back up in January with her because we have already qualified for the Pan Am Games. It's just a matter of obtaining sponsorship and going forward, and my hope is to be able to attend that next September.